Hi everyone, Luz here. Thank you for joining me again. This is a new moon channeling. Today, as I'm recording this, is the new moon according to Western astrology in Virgo. And we're gonna start by tuning in with some sage to clear out the space, neutralize the space. I already pre-shuffled all the decks. I did it in a new way, so perfect. New moon, new ways of shuffling. I separated each card into 3 piles and I shuffle on top of each other just to get a really good shuffle, break them good. We're gonna turn a candle for protection and for clarity, with the intention of receiving exactly the message that we need to listen or hear today. All right, I'm gonna shuffle live for our first card from the Lemurian Oracle. We got home for the first card. All right. And then we'll do the animal cards. Okay, we got frog. Next, we'll do tarot. We got judgment. This will help a little, the light. And then we got a new oracle. Shout out to Oli for gifting this to me. Nature's Whispers Oracle. We got acceptance of love. Oh. Now we got the Dharma deck. Got success. All right, so let's tap into the first card. I feel like this is about something that you recognize you've always belonged in. Maybe this is a new decision of a new, totally complete new way or a new path in which you're self-directing yourself to. I feel like you're pretty aware of the kind of place that you want to be in, and that includes the kind of relationships that you want to be around, the kind of community. Let's see what it says. Also, like literally, probably moving homes for a lot of you, and moving countries, that too. Maybe you're going back to your homeland your home country, your hometown, and you're happy about it. Maybe this is what you are meant to do. It says heart based presence, including finding home within yourself, wherever you are. The body as a temple for the soul, travel, finding family, wherever you go, occupying yourself, connecting to your unwavering infinite depths of the collective oneness. This card invites you to align with your temple space. Consider all the amazing things your body does and how you effortlessly move through reality. Be Become aware of the many gifts that come from a deep sense of truly occupying yourself. Often, very intuitive souls exist within the upper chakras and may struggle with the identity of humaning. You may not feel like you are from here, but as though you are more accustomed to navigating a world with different parameters. At this time on earth, it is a blessing to have a vessel of a body. It is an opportunity to make a difference. So celebrate it. You have dreams and visions that might yearn to float around in more etheric realms. But it is when we are fully grounded and present in our bodies that we can actualize these ideas and make a difference. Be grounded, higher we can reach to the heavens. So this might have something to do with, yes, you feeling very like alienated in some way, or maybe you barely finding like your gifts appearing like your spiritual gifts as well. That counts. Or you I don't know, you discover that home is where people around you, motivate you to go for what you want and to not follow the status quo quota for per se. And maybe you do the same, you inspire these other people to do the same. So that's what's coming through. Let's read the frog. I know that the frog is purification, so makes sense with the body as a temple for this one. Like consider, your body as a real temple. Like talk to your body like it is a temple. Treat it and feed it like a temple, you know give it nourishing hydration that really nourishes it like a temple. That's something else I'm getting, because you know dehydration is like a collective like a worldwide problem. We don't really realize until it gets too late or it causes other problems. And it's okay, like forgive yourself and just go back and get back in track to do the most you can to maintain your body, well nourished as much as possible. This is not possible in every part of the world. I really acknowledge that, but I feel like there's always so much we can do. You can do something, and even prayer counts. Even prayer and really like connecting maybe with the higher realms or the cosmos, God, or whatever you want to call it. Frog, clearing, cleansing, and healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished. Yeah, maybe some the spot that you're finding yourself right now, and this time and space or relationships that you're finding yourself with right now, or maybe even jobs, is not the place. That is not home. If you're feeling like all fatigued and undernourished, that might not be it. So it's vital that such a sensitive creature practice self-care. This card deserves a reminder. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. Yeah, this for a lot of you, this is about carrying some sort of resentment in your heart. Like it might be old and you might not even notice it because you just brushed it under the rug. I'm feeling, but this could be even from family. This could be very like antique in a sense. It could be ancestral. It could be very subconscious. Like you might want to maybe dive deep. I don't know, like if you would want to look for someone to guide you to go on that regression and see like your karmic contracts from past lives, even, or from just your ancestral lineages, I would say, to so that you can let the load go, because this is something I mean, I think as humans we all go through, and we always have a load that we shouldn't carry that we are not even aware of. So that might be like a sign to start looking and diving into it. If and it is anyone, if you've never done this or you're a little bit nervous or scared about doing it and of the unknown, maybe this is the time to maybe start thinking about it and be open, a little bit open to the idea, opening your heart to it, to actually forgiveness, which is essentially acknowledging some things that it's hard. It's hard to acknowledge or relieve or remember, even. What it says, when in balance, clear energy and enthusiasm for life. When out of balance, depleted, running empty. To bring into balance, lake, river, ocean, or bathhouse. And I love it because it started raining right now, and I just started the reading, and it's just basically I see rain here too, but yeah, anything that has to do with water, you know, getting your electrolytes in or getting your teas or drinks, even just bathing in your nearest river, like anything, it could be as simple as taking a bath. That could be a ritual for this new moon. Okay, and also like maybe just letting your tears flow. I'm hearing like, yeah, like this all comes with also releasing and letting emotions through, and maybe like letting your tears overflow and be able to acknowledge some feelings or whatever comes through, even it can even be joy, and you can just release it through tears. But it belongs to the water element, and being able to let that flow just like the ocean, you know um but yeah, let's jump into your judgment card. I think you are finding your way back home. It just really looks like it. Like she's walking from a mountain from this gray environment, and now she's finally receiving like all of this light coats pouring over her, and finally being able to see clearly, seeing through smoke, through maybe some distortions of seeing the true colors of someone, to like seeing that what you're doing, what you're working and getting paid for is not it, is not home, and like being able to redirect yourself and take another path and be going with a lot of enthusiasm, like the frog card was saying, like walking with enthusiasm, even if you don't know where the heck you're going, even if you're going to into totally unknown grounds. And there's a message here of trust. Yeah, of trust, and really knowing that you can trust on your own judgment to go where you want to go. Maybe you're like having a totally new awakening of a new purpose. um this could be like a really good sign that you're changing your habits with money as well. um that has to do with career and purpose as well. When it turns into your real mission and purpose, it brings the abundance, right? So um yeah, I think there's a change of course for you, of path, and you can make very small changes, like I said, involving your health too. Very small changes that will eventually give fruit to you, to your overall well-being, your mental well-being, spiritual well-being, or however you want to see that. Let's read the card. Acceptance of love. And this brings me again to, like, I feel this new moon is about trusting something, like trusting what you feel. I'm not saying like trust whatever somebody is telling you, maybe in as of that, or trusting that, I don't know, maybe your dad is telling you, yes, you should do that, you know you should be an engineer or whatever, but maybe trusting what you feel, that I know that I don't want to be an engineer, I want to be a chef, like trusting that. But let's read what this is about, because it feels like home, you doing your cooking or whatever you do. It feels like home more than being an engineer, even though, although everyone says I'm good at it, and trusting that you're not the one wrong, and having that, that discernment that even though everyone might be judging it as you being in the right path. You're just changing courses because you have your own judgment now. You don't have to be loyal to those karmic contracts or family heritage legacies and stuff. But yeah, that's what the regression came through, I think. Like maybe might want to dive into there so you can let go of some things that you don't need to, be following anymore from like I think this is like generational traumas, like just this reoccurring topic in the collective. Like it's very reoccurring in my opinion. It's always there for all of us. Let's read acceptance of love. This image is a representation of the harmony of opposites, masculine and feminine. You have the ability to give love freely to yourself and to others. It is important to understand that you are whole, complete, and perfect now and will enhance the life of another. Love can happen. Love is the truth of all situations. Love the soul embodied inside you. Express more love in your life and allow yourself to feel loved. Everything happens exactly when it is supposed to. In that order, everything that happens is what is supposed to take place. You bring a bright light and individuality into this world. Yes, doing whatever you believe that you want to follow so you can, give yourself that love, that choice of career, that choice of health, even if you have to take breaks or quit or a job or, change jobs because it's depleting you, and really go back home to what you really like so that you can then love others. Yeah, for a lot of you, this might be also about relationships, like being able to see clearly through them, see true colors, or see the reality of things that people do love you and that you don't have to be afraid anymore, and that maybe it is home where you're heading, where you are. Let's read the success card now. Avoid avoid wicked company and associate with saintly persons. Acquire virtue both day and night. Always meditate on that which is eternal, forgetting the temporary. This is this in this way you will receive success. Yeah, I think you should have a lot of you in this through this new moon. You should just cut some circles. Avoid the drama. Avoid the toxicity, the density, toxic femininity, toxic masculinity, all of that. Like I would encourage to let go. And this is a Virgo new moon, so Virgo is very analytical energy. So maybe just really nitpicking, like others would judge you. Again, judgment. You got your judgment, right? So even if others call it nitpicking from you, you know that you're just using your discernment, okay? And you know where home is right now, meaning you already know yourself by now enough to start taking action, to start healing just in general, just like physically, like in general, and be able to really connect with those who are meant to. This might be romantic or not. This might be friendship. This might be reconnecting with family. This might be just connecting with new relationships also. New community that really appreciates you. But yes, it could be romantic for a lot of you, and just really knowing your discernment, like that you can trust. You know that this is about like trusting that there will be success if you're meant to be there. If you're seeing things getting a little bit dense and dark, then trust that you need to move away and purify like the frog. Because we also, as well as purifying from food and chemicals, we also purify from people and like our choices. So, yeah, let's get an affirmation or two for the closing of this reading. For this new moon. Okay. Got another one. There we go. I move towards inspiration, joy, and the sparkling vision of my becoming. I'll move towards inspiration, joy, and the sparkling vision of my becoming. This feels very like, yes, you're moving towards the new thing that you're becoming with your judgment very clear. This is upright for a reason. You're finding home, of course, and you're encountering those who are gonna make you want to succeed eventually, and you would want to make them succeed as well, because it is what sparks joy and inspiration. The love I have for myself is stronger than my any fear. The love I have for myself is stronger than any fear. Yes. So, you know, be safe, cleanse first if you need to, meditate first if you need to. But you are I think finding new things about yourself, discovering new versions of yourself that bring you joy. Exactly. And that is essentially home. And then your health and your vitality is gonna really get grounded and felt. And as long as you feel your emotions and you use your judgment, they won't get stuck, they won't make you sick. And you will overcome anything that was making you sick. And you'll know which relationships to let go, let it transform, take its own course and in its own way, and which are telling you to accept them, to accept the love that is being offered and take it. That's all I have for this new moon reading. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and I'll see you on the next channeling. Bye.